Hey everybody, my name is Casey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a speed build. So for this speed build it is going to be right next to the area we worked on my last build. It is going to entail a lot of waterscaping and terraforming, so it's going to be up here. So as you can see, I already have a little bit of the waterscaping done, but I am going to finish this whole area for this build, so I'm really excited. I've mentioned in my last video that I want to do a lot of waterscaping on this island, so now I'm going to just go ahead and start up the Island Designer app and begin doing some waterscaping, and I will let you know what I'm working on throughout the video. So on this island, I've actually gotten a lot better with doing waterscaping. If you've watched videos of my waterscaping and terraforming on Wildflower, you will know that I struggled quite a bit with it, but I think I've kind of got the hang of it now. Like, for example, that area right there, I couldn't waterscape because I needed to extend the cliff. So that's what I'm doing right here. And then I'm also going to have a villager's house down there, but for now we're just going to focus on the waterscaping, and I will pop back in and let you know if I have any tips for you. So one tip I have for when you're doing waterscaping is to give yourself more room than you actually think you're going to need. So right here I am just extending out this cliff a little bit because I know I am going to need a lot more space than I had originally planned for, because I want to be able to incorporate some little stunted trees on the waterscaping path that I'm creating. So always try and plan for like double the space than you originally are thinking you're going to need, just because waterscaping, especially if you want to incorporate trees and flowers and pathing and whatnot, you're going to need like twice the amount of room. So now that I'm kind of getting towards the end of this build, I'm just walking through the parts that I've already terraformed and kind of just making sure I like the overall shape of the waterscaping path. And then right here, I'm just trying to plant a tree and figure out the spacing that I'm going to need in order to have a tree on this waterscaped path and make it look good. So I wound up having to adjust all of this waterscaping over here because of the game's limits on how you can place trees and where you can put water around it. So it ended up working out. I just kind of had to mess around with the terraforming and then extending this cliff a little bit. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is if you're going to do kind of like a waterway path similar to this, I typically like to have it lead to something. So whether that be like a waterfall or like a little river. Right here I'm just making a little waterfall. I actually don't wind up keeping this, but this is just a simple idea. If you are kind of looking for something to do something similar and you need kind of like the source of where the water is coming from, you can just do a simple little 3x3 cliff and then add a little waterfall on top of it like I am doing right here. So I actually decided to, like I had mentioned, cover this up. I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier, and I'm gonna have the water just kind of flowing off to the side. So that is another tip if you are looking to find out kind of where to end the waterscaping on a second level. You can just kind of put it to the side of the cliffs. And I just didn't like that little 3x3 cliff right there because it was too small for the area and it was kind of blocking off a lot of the space. But now I'm gonna start decorating the pathway here. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these brick pathings. I like this one because of the little leaves it has on it. I think it looks really cute, so I'm gonna just use this alongside the pathing here. And then for this space, I know I wanted to have a stunted tree there, and I either want to put a little seating area or one of the bigger butterfly models. So I'm going to test out this code right here. It's kind of like a deck code. I'm not a huge fan of it, so I am deciding to go ahead and change it out with this little floral circular code. I just think it looks a lot better and it will end up matching the overall theme for this area. And then I do end up swapping out that hardwood tree for a stunted cedar tree, and now I'm going to just come back over here and continue to work on the pathing. For this pathing, I do want to be able to break it up with flowers, bushes, and some items. Otherwise the path it doesn't look that great. So I also decided to switch to the blue brick pathing instead of the one with the green leaves. I just think the blue kind of fits my overall island theme better than the one with the green leaves. And as always, I will have that pathing code in the description of the video. And then I do just have one little tip when using this brick pathing. Be sure to break it up a lot. It just looks a lot more kind of like magical and natural if you break it up in little segments versus having them all kind of connecting together. So now that I have most of the pathing done, I decide that I want to go ahead and put in a little stunted tree right here. So I kind of have to rework the terraforming slightly, but I have the overall shape of the terraforming how I want it. It's just a matter of extending this cliff down here and then rounding out the edges for the waterscaping on top so the tree will fit and look nice and natural on this path right here. And then right here, I'm just creating a little seating area. I did this a lot on my old island wildflower, just making those tiny little micro areas. It's kind of hard to break out of that habit, but I just added one right there. And then I'm also leaning a lot on these little hedge standees and what's the other one? I think it's just called grass standee. So I use that a lot on through this entire island. I just think they're really, really cute. But right now I'm just working on laying out the pathing to connect these two inclines over here because like I had mentioned, I'm going to have this incline to the left lead to a villager's house. So I really do like this kind of cobblestone pathing, and as you can see it kind of looks like a heart here, but I can't get the shape of it to how I want it. And then I also have that brick pathing that's on that waterscaping part, so I wind up just kind of switching this out for this grass flowery path right here. I just think it fits the area a lot better. So now that I have that pathing done, I'm going to just come over here and work on a little bit more waterscaping and decorating this cliffside with some more flowers and custom codes. And I'm kind of just readjusting this waterscaping to have a little bit more cliff on the edge on this side. So right now what I'm going to do is work on setting up the area for the incline that will be down here. As you can see, I placed little Judy's house down here, so I just need to make room for an incline. So for this little cliff space, I did struggle with decorating it a little bit, so I had to kind of readjust some of the terraforming. Also, look at how cute Judy is with her little hat on. It's actually the bug off day, so you know how your villagers get all dressed up and cute for the bug off. I just thought she looked really adorable right there. So now that I have that little space set aside for the incline, I'm going to stop back over here and do a little bit more decorating to kind of finish out this area. I did take a little bit of a break from it because I was kind of struggling to come up with ideas, but I know I want to have an incline leading down to the beach right here, so I'm just decorating around where I'd want the incline to be. One thing I want to use a lot on this island is the stone fencing, but just using it kind of piece by piece. I think it looks really nice with the flowers that I'm using and the different custom codes I'm using. Speaking of custom codes, I really like this 4-tile little pond code, and I like setting like a mum cushion down on it or like a decoy duck or candle. I just think it looks really cute. So now I'm coming back over here. I don't know why I had such a hard time decorating this little cliffside. I think it was because I've done so much decorating in this build. It just really gave me a hard time, but I'm going to try and finish out this area right here. I really like that little boat code there, and then I'm going to just fill it in with some more flowers, bushes, and items. So now that I'm almost done with those cliffs, I'm gonna come back over here, put down a tree, and then I'm actually gonna go ahead and place my incline. I really like how this white plank ramp looks, and I'm gonna use that a lot on my island. And now I'm gonna just go ahead and pay off Lloyd and this incline. So now that I have that incline placed, I just have a couple more small little areas to touch up on this build and add in a couple more custom codes and flowers. And then I also am gonna go ahead and make a little kind of like river flowing right in front of me here. I'm gonna just cut that out because I mean I'm just waterscaping a very simple river. So as you can see, I have the river done, and now I'm gonna just do a little bit of decorating right here, and then I will eventually be placing a bridge that will be connecting this land to the other side of the land. And I'm just kind of relying on decorating with my normal flowers and little custom codes. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. I like that this water walkway leads to, or will lead to, a bridge eventually. So I just have to place down a few more flowers and codes, and now I'm going to place down this bridge, and then I will give you all the final walkthrough for this area. Alright, so here we are. This is the incline that we built on the last build. So if we head up that incline and go to the left, this will be the little walkway that I have terraformed throughout this video. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We also just recently hit 500 subscribers, so I just wanted to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means the world to me. And I'm just so grateful for everybody who has subscribed and watches my videos. It really means so much to me. So I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers soon. I know I had mentioned that it was my goal to get to 1,000 by my birthday, which is the 9th, but it's okay. We're still moving in the right direction. But anyways, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope this video was able to inspire you. If you're doing a similar theme, like the fairycore kind of magical theme, or even if you're not, if you're doing a different theme, you can still kind of use the same elements that I used here, just different patterns and codes and whatnot. But as you can see, I just wanted to show you all that little lantern with the duck on it. That is part of the new update. I just think it's so cute. And I just kind of placed it on that log bench there because it's so adorable and I like the little duck. But I'm going to just sit down here, and once again, I just wanted to thank you all so much for all of your support on all of my videos. So be sure to share this with a friend if you liked it. And other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!